Hello everyone, this is Shibila A, Assistant Professor, PG Department of English, GEMS Arts and Science College, Rampur. Today in this session, we are going to explore the play Our Country's Good, a play by Timberlake Wertenbaker. First of all, let me provide you an overview of the play. The play was premiered on September 10, 1988. And this particular play falls into the categorization of realism and historical theatre. It is adapted from the famous novel The Playmaker, written by Thomas Keneally. The play is set in late 18th century Britain when the British government began exiling their convicts to its colonies in Australia. Although Britain had previously transported its criminals to the United States, this ended with the onset of American Revolution. To remedy England's already overcrowded prisons, they started to set up an establishment in the uh, Australian colony in 1788 in Sydney, and this is where the play unfolds. In the play, a group of convicts are transported from London to Sydney, and some of them are ordered to be executed there. Rather than providing a summary of the play, in this session we are going to analyze the major thematic aspects discussed within the play. So, the first prominent and most significant and powerful theme that arises within the play is crime, punishment, and rehabilitation. The play critiques the British penal system and its emphasis on punishment over rehabilitation of the individuals. It highlights the contrasting views, which are harsh discipline versus potential for reform. There is a character named Governor Philip. He supports reform through theatrical expressions. The colonial authorities, exemplified by the characters Captain Tench and Major Rose, assumes that the convicts are innately criminal and they cannot be redeemed or transformed. They believe in the capital punishment and the public display of that spectacle. It is opined that the public hangings instill a motor of fear within the convicts that is necessary for a well-functioning of civilization, and agreeing with this, Tench explains that the hangings are the convicts' favorite form of entertainment. This appalls Philip, who is against such kind of punishment and disciplinary activities, and he suggests that the convicts should be exposed to other forms of entertainments, and he intends to transform them through theatre. Yet another interesting observation is the transformative power of art. In the play, theatre becomes a tool for self-discovery and change. The convicts or the prisoners gain self-worth and humanity through performance as they gain a form of legitimacy. Here art is perceived as a civilizing and redemptive force. For example, the character Ralph conducts auditions for the play, and after the auditions, Ralph insists that the auditions he had have already made an impact on the convicts. Ralph says, I quote, they seem to acquire a kind of dignity. They seem to lose some of their corruption. I unquote. The socially alienated convicts attain legitimacy and expression through performance. Apart from this, the play also discusses the issues of power, authority, and class. The play examines the rigid class hierarchies within the colonial society, and the guards and the authorities they occupy the higher ranking officials occupy the higher position at the hierarchy. And theatre here creates a temporary space of equality. Theatre brings harmony and unites the guards and inmate of the prison momentarily. The play also advocates that Language, literacy, and education can significantly cultivate and uplift human beings. Language symbolizes power, identity, and possibility. The convicts learning of the lines of the play reflects their empowerment. It highlights the transformative potential of education. Gender and sexual politics is yet another significant theme explored within the play. Convict women face systemic objectification and exploitation from the authoritative men. And there arises complex dynamics in relationships, and it is exemplified in the characters of Duckling and Harry. Duckling, who is an inmate of the prison, succumbed to the needs of Harry, especially the physical needs of Harry, as he occupies a higher position and authority than the convicts, though she is in love with Handy Baker. However, through the theatrical performance, women gain agency and a voice of their own. So these are the main themes that are discussed in the play. And now let me move on to a brief discussion on the main characters of the play. First of all, there is the character Lieutenant Ralph Clark. Ralph is an officer who believes in reform and that the prisoner should be reformed or transformed. Ralph is the one who oversees the production of the play under the command of Arthur Phillip. Governor Arthur Phillip is an Enlightenment thinker and supporter of theatre. Arthur Phillip, he argues that the convicts has the potential for transformation and they should be exposed to other forms of entertainment. And as a result, he plans to produce a play incorporating the inmates of the prison. There is another character named Harry Brewer. Harry Brewer is tormented by guilt as he helps in the hanging of the convict, Handy Baker. Handy Baker is the lover of Duckling, whom Harry also pursues. He feels guilty for aiding in the hanging of Handy as he thinks that he assisted in the process for his personal motives. Therefore, he is unable to forgive himself. He sees apparitions and hears voices of the people he helped to execute. He is tormented by the guilt. Eventually, due to this torment, he falls ill and dies. Duckling Smith is another character. She is a convict in a complex relationship with Harry Brewer and Handy Baker. Another character is Liz Morden. She is a fierce woman transformed by acting, and she is set as an example for art can transform people. Liz Morden was an unpopular convict hated by the inmates as she often ended up in fight with others. But through this theater, she transforms herself. Another character is Mary Brenham. She's a reserved convict who finds voice in theater. Mary is the one who can read the lines, and Ralph is impressed by her skills. During the course of the play, both of them fall in love, and here the theater emerges as an equalizer of hierarchies and authorities by uniting Mary and Ralph. So these are the main characters. So far in this video, we have discussed the major themes of the play Our Country is Good, written by Timberlake Wertenbaker. The major themes are crime, punishment, rehabilitation, the transformative power of art, power, authority, class, and the language, literacy and education, gender and sexual politics. We also discussed the main characters who are Lieutenant Ralph Clark, Governor Arthur Phillip, Harry Brewer, Duckling Smith, Liz Morden, Mary Brenham, etc. Apart from this, there are other characters like Captain Tench, Major Rose, then there is Robert Sideway, etc., who are other characters within the play. So with this, we are going to end this video. Thank you, everyone.